Mr. Lere.
That is in that regard.
Mr. Lere Olayinka. No, I have to come in. I have to come in here.
The minister saying that,
Mr. Lere,
somebody...
I have to come in here. That assertion that he didn't come because you were coming here is totally false. The right to speak up for my colleague.
You have a right. You have a right to speak up for your colleague.
Yes.
You don't have the
we
right.
are a team on this show.
You don't have a right. You don't
we
have
are a team.
You don't have a right. You don't have the right. You say even if you are a team, you don't have a right. Because we are not in the zoo, Ruben.
Mr. Olayinka, with due respect, maybe one of these days we'll talk about your own 20 million fraud allegations that you had to go back and forth to court for.
Come to a TV station to begin to talk like you are a lawyer, using words like I put it to you, like somebody is a court of law. You are doing cross-examination. I put it to you. You should also begin to act like human being that you are supposed to be. What I'm saying, so stop behaving like you know everything. Is it not you that you study animal anatomy?
So
that you are supposed to be doing
what is wrong in studying animal anatomy?
Okay,
all right, guys. Oh my God! And in fact, it was hot today on Arise TV. Let me quickly introduce my partner here, Larry. Larry, do you have anything to say to our viewers?
Well, it was indeed extremely hot at Arise TV. The debate was so entangling between Lere, the special advisor to FCT Minister, and Rufai Oseni. We know who Rufai Oseni is, and he didn't feel that giving back Lere what he needed to.
All right, I will show you this video, but quickly let me just lay some foundation to it. Recently Rotimi Amici has made a statement where he said that he was hungry, and before you know it, the FCT minister replied him that how can you be hungry, that you are not hungry but you are hungry for power. And they discussed this particular issue on Arise TV, where Ruben Abati made a statement that really provoked Lere here, that Wiki is very rude. And thank God Arise TV also give Yeson Wiki the right of reply, and Yeson Wiki rightly sent his media advisor. So that's why we have drama in the studio today. All right, Mr. Landy, what can you say about this altercation between Mr. Lere and Rufai Oseni?
Yes, of course, it's a long time altercation because the last time Rufai has always been having issues with Lere, and in fact both of them have always been having issues together. I think the last time they met, it was really a tug of war at the studio. It was all about these dragging the certificate, making it clear to Rufai Oseni that Rufai Oseni isn't a qualified journalist, and those were the issues that really came up the last time.
All right, guys, I believe we should just watch this interesting altercation, argument, debate, fire to fire between Mr. Lere, as you know, and Rufai Oseni. Rufai Oseni, both of them give it to themselves back to back. All right, let us see this video.
Well, joining us on the show this morning to respond to comments made towards Nyesom Wike is Lere Olayinka, Senior Special Assistant on Public Communication and Social Media to the FCT Minister. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the program today.
Good morning. Good morning. Barka de Salah.
Barka de Salah to you as well. Compliments of the season. So the main focus of our conversation today is that of a right of reply to comments that were made and that you would like to respond to. So, sir, I give you the floor to go ahead and respond to these comments that were made.
Well, I first and foremost, I want to commend the management, especially the chairman of Arise News. That's one of the leading lights in journalism profession in this country, the Prince Duke. I want to commend him. I want to commend him for today because I can see that Mr. Ruben Abati is not here, because I was not expecting him to be here, because he took position of special assistant on media to Rotimi Amici. He took position of spokesperson to Rotimi Amici. So I was thinking that to be professional, to operate normally, Ruben Abati will not be among those who will sit in the studio to interview me. I said that it will be on this side of the discussion this morning. So why I will be talking in defense or in support of the FCT Minister Wike, he will also be talking in support and in defense of Rotimi Amaechi like he has been doing. And I said that probably he has been appointed as a special assistant on media to Amaechi, because I watched him like 3 or 4 days ago, saying that talking like the minister is rude, is this, and using unprintable words that I was not expecting to hear from somebody who has functioned as editorial chairman of Guardian newspapers. For somebody like that to come to studio and begin to call a minister rude in defense of Rotimi Amaechi, because he was supposed to, in journalism, we are not supposed to have opinion. So I was shocked to hear him turning himself to spokesperson of Amaechi. And I want to also suggest that since he's now Amaechi's spokesperson, he should excuse himself from Arise TV and go and do his job properly. He should not be using a platform provided by respected Nigerians like Oga Nduka Obaigbena to ventilate his anger, his frustration, and his hatred for Wike. Because it is obvious that he hates Wike. He said here that Wike is rude. When he had issue with EFCC and he had to pay back the money he got from Dasuki loot, then the alleged Dasuki loot, he himself and his wife knew the road to Wike's house to go and beg for a bailout, which is obviously got, and Wike was not rude that time. Oga Ruben Abati has always come to this station to present himself as a moral police, to postulate, present as a moral police, and he will not one day tell us that at one point in his life, he is a politician, a member of PDP. At some point in his life, he was PDP deputy governorship candidate in Ogun State. And he was comfortable having his picture displayed with that of somebody who was wanted by the American government for alleged drug trafficking. He was comfortable on the podium with somebody who was wanted by the American government for alleged drug trafficking. That is the person that will come here and pronounce with his mouth that a minister of this, a former governor, a minister, somebody he once ran to for help, and call that person a rude person. It is to me, I never believe that kind of word, but you know him. He's a bully like he has always been. Even you that you are talking to me now, I've seen videos in the studio bullying you, telling you that you did not respect him. You did not call him Oga, even you that are his colleagues, on live TV. So I want to commend the management of Arise TV for taking him out of today. So that
that is not what happened, sir.
Mr. Lere,
that is not what happened, sir.
Mr. Lere,
and also speak.
Mr. Lere Olayinka, Mr. Lere Olayinka, if you will hear me,
like special assistant or media,
if you will hear me,
former governor of Rivers State and former minister of transportation, Rotimi Amaechi.
Mr. Lere,
that is in that regard.
Mr. Lere Olayinka, no.
All right, we are coming back and we are going to show you the full video. But I want to ask. So this when before Rufai Oseni we react to Mr. Lere. So how can you describe this response from Mr. Lere?
Yes, Lere seems to be. I think Lere has been watching the entire development right from that. Like I said the other time, if you look at the relationship between Lere and Rufai, it has always been cat and dog. The last time it was very terrible incidents that occurred between them. The studio was on fire. See Lere Olayinka accusing Rufai that he's not a qualified journalist. He's an animal scientist. He should be doing a documentary on animal matter or whatever. So I think that shows what we actually see in that video. Shows that it's the continuation of the animosity between them.
All right, guys, you have not seen anything. You have not heard anything. So this is where the drama, the real drama, begins.
I have to come in. I have to come in here.
The minister saying that
Mr. Lere, I have to come in here.
Who was
Mr. Lere Olayinka, I have to come in here. It's not a monologue.
Yes.
Mr. Lere Olayinka,
Governor of Rivers State for 8 years.
I have to come in
Minister
here.
of Transport for 8 years. That is 23 years. How can that person come and deceive Nigerians that he is hungry? In my place, they will use Yoruba and say, "Belong pamana kuo." Because if you have been in government, you have lived on government on public fund for 23 years, just 2 years out of that public fund, that opportunity of eating government money, and you are now hungry. What kind of hunger is that? And you choose your birthday. And that is what we are saying. And I'm saying this again. Nigerians should stop allowing themselves to be deceived. People who were in government yesterday, because they are no longer in government, when they were in government, they did not call Nigerians to say, "Oh, Nigerians, so this is what we are doing. Come and join us to enjoy a public fund." Now they are out of government for just 2 years. They have suddenly become champion of democracy. Amechi has now become champion of democracy. Amechi, under whose judiciary in Rivers State was shut down for over 1 year. No court did not work in Rivers State for over 1 year. He is now champion of democracy. And Nigerians are listening to him. I don't understand. Amechi was Minister of Transport, and rail line that was done here was like 50% higher than the one that was the ones that was done in a country like Ethiopia. Ethiopia did it so for $4.4 million per kilometer. The one under Amechi was done for $3.4 million per kilometer. And that one, the one in Ethiopia was double lane. The one in Ethiopia was double lane. The one Amechi did was single lane. And that is the person that is now presenting himself as champion of good governance, champion of democracy. Just because he contested APC primary with the present president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He lost. He lost primary. And he said he did not support Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he had no capacity. And Nigeria proved him wrong. He said, "Oh, okay, carry your support and go."
I just have to say a couple of things. Number one, first and foremost, Dr. Abati did not leave because of the fact that you, Lere Olayinka, was coming here. We have to restate that. He was indisposed. He couldn't make it here. He called in sick. Number two, all your allegations against him are unsubstantiated, and he has a right of reply. And he will also take his right of reply when it comes.
Oh, yeah.
And it is not fair to cast aspersions about a man and say things you do not know. So you thanking Arise TV for not putting Dr. Abati here, that's untrue. That's not a fact. That's not a statement of fact. He called in sick and is indisposed. And he will get a chance to be able to talk back. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll interface more. Okay, very well. Welcome back to the morning show. Some things I need to set straight. Dr. Abati did not leave the show because Arise TV told him not to come today. He was indisposed and he called in sick. That assertion that he didn't come because you were coming here is totally false. Secondly, all the allegations placed against him can't be substantiated, and he has the right to be able to respond to all of this. Thirdly, please let me speak. Mr. Lere Olayinka, you would let me speak. You have been speaking for so many minutes here. You will let me speak, please. And I insist on that right. Secondly, the right of reply was between Wike and Rotimi Amechi. And I think it's best issues like that are focused as a right of reply based on that. Not this casting of aspersions about people that are not here to speak for themselves and saying things that are not true and do not hold water. So it will be best for you to moderate yourself and speak to the issues as regards the right of reply. I am still speaking. I am still speaking, Mr. Olayinka. So please, I want you to focus on the right of reply of what transpired between your boss and Amechi. That's the focus of this issue, and not attacking people that are not here to defend themselves. That's the only decent thing to do. Go ahead.
Are you done speaking?
Go ahead, please.
When your Reuben Abati was in that studio, calling Wike, saying Wike was a rude person, was Wike there to defend himself? Was Wike there? So if he's not here, he will also hear what I'm saying and come as spokesperson to Amechi to also defend himself again. Oseni Rufai, stop behaving like you know everything. You are not a spirit. The allegation I made is against Reuben Abati, not you. Listen.
No, but I have a right to speak up for my colleague. I have a right to speak up for my colleague.
You have a right. You have a right to speak up for your colleague.
Yes.
You don't have the
we are a team on this show.
You don't have a right. We are a team. You don't have a right. You don't have the right. You say even if you are a team, you don't have a right because we are not in the zoo. Reuben Oseni, we are not in the zoo.
Mr. Olayinka, with due respect, maybe one of these days we'll talk about your own 20 million fraud allegations that you had to go back and forth to court for.
All right, guys, we are not in the zoo, and Rufai Oseni read meaning to that. What can you say about that?
Yes, it was very clever of Rufai to have read meaning to that, knowing fully well that Lere has been hammering on the fact that Rufai studied animal science, that is not animal anatomy, rather. Is not qualified to be a journalist. So I love the way Rufai quickly interjected and then replied him in that manner.
All right, let us hear what Rufai Oseni said here, and he also bring another allegation against Mr. Lere. Let us watch.
Maybe we'll talk to that. Your own 20 million fraud allegations. Allegations against you
20
too.
million allegation. I went to court. I went to court myself, and the case was struck out, dismissed. The case was dismissed. If I knew that you were going to talk about it, I will bring the court judgment. And that is why I say, so go and do a 2 or 3 weeks course in journalism, so that you will know. You will not come to a TV station to begin to talk like you are a lawyer, using words like I put it to you. Like somebody is a court of law, you are doing cross-examination. I put it to you. I put it to you. This is a conversation, not an interrogation. You should also begin to act like human being that you are supposed to be.
All right, guys, Mr. Lere, is that not a right word for journalists or for a journalist, where you say, okay, I have put the question to you, then answer it? Is it not a right word?
I think Lere is right on this. I think it is Rufai has always been using that time, and that time is not supposed to be used by journalists. I think Kolade Utitoju also noted that particular word. I mean, in journalism, you don't come and be using words that are strange. It's supposed to be a kind of communication between two people, but then acting as if you are cross-examining somebody is not just appropriate. It's not an appropriate term to use in journalism.
All right, I get that right. So that's why Mr. Lere said that. All right, let us continue.
Allegation against Ruben Abati. Let him come and defend him. So you are not the one to say that the allegation is lying. He says it's false. It's true or not. Because you are not the person. Were you with him when he went to Wike? Were you with him in the FCC custody? Were you with him? You were not with him now. So stop behaving like you know everything. Is it not you that you study animal anatomy?
So
that you are supposed to be doing it.
Okay.
What is wrong? What is wrong in studying animal anatomy?
Okay, Mr.
Can you show us your own certificate from the school you went? Show us your own certificate.
Documentary on animal now.
Your certificate is phony.
Guys, go and do documentary on animals, and stop talking to human beings, and let responsible person.
All right, let us speak to this issue. Actually, do you see anything wrong in maybe somebody study animal anatomy, and at the end of the day he finds himself in the area of journalism and he's doing well?
No, actually, I think Lere is taking this matter out of hand now. He's making everybody seems to know the background of Rufai, but of course there's nothing wrong there. We have so many journalists that are doing well, but that didn't study mass communication. A lot of them. Amanpo used to be one of them before he then decided to study other courses. But then what Lere is trying to talk here, he says that he's laying too much emphasis on that and making it to look like an insult. And this man is becoming unhappy with it. He's becoming downgraded using that time. The last time that was how it happened. Keep hammering on the fact that the man did not study journalism, that he studied the animal anatomy, that is not supposed to be in the journalism profession. So I think Lere should really calm down on that matter.
All right, let me quickly put this one to you before we continue the video. And as a journalist, I know journalism, they has ethic, they have their rules, they have their regulation. You know, if you are outside the field, maybe you will not know. Maybe that is why Mr. Lere always hammering that Rufai is not following the ethic of journalism. Maybe that is why he always reminding him that, oh, you study animal anatomy. So what can you say about that?
If you look at Rufai today, as a Nigerian journalist, is about the most controversial journalist we have, and I don't blame Lere for that, because he keeps going out of the ethics of the profession. You see a journalist using the time, I put it to you, is not even you don't even, he's so dictatorial when asking questions. And when you are with your with a guest, there should be a conversation, not that you should talk as if you are commanding the guest to answer your question in such a manner. So it's not following the ethics of the profession, and that's why this man keeps reminding him. Maybe perhaps he wants him to go and take 1 or 2 or 3 courses in journalism. So that's what he wants, because actually he has been laying emphasis on that. Keep reminding the world that this man studied animal anatomy, and maybe he wants the management of Arise TV to tell Rufai to go and take some 2 or 3 3 weeks courses in journalism.
All right, guys, let us continue this video.
Not somebody who was convicted for breaking traffic offense. Not somebody like you. You come to station, you come to TV station and begin to do.
Mr. Lere Olayinka, if I may interject at this moment, we would like to have a productive.
Let me listen to you.
Olayinka, please, sir.
Let me listen to you, I beg.
Please, sir. We want to have a productive.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Sir,
Lere,
please.
I'm not an animal.
Let's not.
And you should retract your statement.
Rufai, please. Let's not.
I'm listening to a woman.
We will not allow this conversation to degenerate.
All right, guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoy yourself as we are enjoying ourselves here. All right, Mr. Larry, what can you say? Just describe this conversation in 30 seconds.
In my own word, I will. It's just this conversation. I can describe it as a tussle between Rufai and Lere. And that was a fallback from the last engagement between both of them. And then where Lere keeps reminding the public, keeps telling the public that this man that is always anchoring discussions in Arise TV does not fit to be a journalist, that is one-sided, is biased, he doesn't follow the ethics of the profession.
All right, guys, I know you have a lot of questions, a lot of comments bothering your heart right now. I want you to pour out all of them. Relate your comment in the comment section, and don't forget to join us here. So please make sure you like our content, make sure you share it, and most importantly, make sure you subscribe here. Turn on that notification button to always get our updates. Then join us in another video.